Hi, my name is Thomas. Welcome to Cheeky Kokako for a miniatures video, the first in a series. I'm starting this series of videos because I've slowly been collecting miniatures for my Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game, and I found that while some minis are relatively easy to find, there are a lot of different types of creatures that were nearly or entirely impossible to find. In addition, when buying some creatures minis over the internet, upon arrival I discovered that the creatures were the wrong size to play Dungeons & Dragons 5e with, which is incredibly frustrating to me. Many of the minis I was looking at purchasing had very few photos online, and very often had no photos or information showing their size or even any view of the mini apart from a single, often poor quality head-on shot. This is my attempt to make it easier for others who are trying to do the same thing as I did. If nothing else, you can find a place to source some of these minis to save yourself some time while getting a decent look at what the mini looks like. Sometimes the mini will be pre-painted, at other times the mini comes unpainted and I've painted it myself. I'm not an amazing painter and don't claim to be. These are not to showcase my painting skills, the painting skills of the companies which pre-paint them, or my photography skills, but to show you what minis look like and what size they are. This is not my day job, nor do I ever intend for it to be. I have been a zookeeper, field biologist, and conservation biologist for decades, and I intend to do work along that line until I no longer can because I enjoy it, but I play D&D as a hobby. That said, my familiarity with animals will often come out in how I paint the minis and play the game. In this episode, I'm looking at the mini which I use for one of the beasts, the ape. The stats for the ape can be found in the monster manual on page 317. When I was searching for a mini that would work, I found several options for either gorillas or chimps. Since I already had a giant ape mini that was a gorilla, I decided to go for a chimpanzee mini for the regular sized version. I chose to run with Reaper Miniatures Lord of the Jungle Pack number 50237, which includes both a chimpanzee and a Tarzan-style figure. This is an unpainted metal mini and has a base size which fits well onto a medium base. You can't really go wrong with metal miniatures from Reaper in my opinion. They're great quality and even their metal minis are pretty inexpensive comparatively. I have a lot of Reaper minis and you'll definitely be seeing more of them in the future. I've worked with a number of chimpanzees over the years and have a healthy respect and love for them. I'm not usually one for favorites, but Tallulah the chimp, who was supposedly the model for Yoda, was definitely my favorite, and the main reason I love chimps as much as I do. I have plenty of stories about the chimps I've worked with, but I won't go into them here, somewhere else perhaps, but this video is for minis, and I like this mini for its realistic physiology and posture. Julie Guthrie sculpted this miniature, and you can tell that she put effort into it because she got it right, which I appreciate. There's nothing I find more grating than a representation of an animal which is badly wrong. But Julie got it right, so kudos to Julie. While it's important to show all angles of the miniatures, I find it just as important, if not more important, to show the size. These minis are on a Pathfinder mat with 1-inch squares, which works for D&D minis as well. Apes are medium-sized creatures, so their bases should fit within a single square on the mat, which they do. In addition, my ape is joined with a few other minis to help get an idea of scale. Inchy Make 25mm the stork is 1 inch tall from the bottom of its base and is a Merleton SG miniature. I also include a Summer Eladrin mini from WizKid's Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures range to give an idea of the scale alongside an average human-sized mini. In addition, the background image is Shivono Sunset, a reductive lino cut from famed wildlife artist Sherry York, who has kindly allowed me to use it as my backdrop. So that pretty much covers this miniature. I hope you found this video useful while looking at finishing your Dungeons & Dragons miniature collection. And if you have miniatures that you use and like for apes in your game, let us know what they are in the comments, and especially share with us if you bought minis and they didn't work. Please tell us which minis they are and why they were a problem. I'll catch you next time when I show you another miniature from my collection. Until then, this is Thomas for Cheeky Kokako.